Gibson Les Paul. Nothing like a Gibson Les Paul. Oh, was that pretentious? I apologize. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Okay, hopefully you can all hear me a little better. Let me just go through the chat, and let's see who we got in the chat today. Oh, man. We got Joe Hervey84 is in here. Hey, buddy. Dave R's Guitars. Thanks for the update earlier on the David Gilmour Bonanza, guitar selling Bonanza. What else we got? The Rock and Roll Guitar Lounge. How are you? Black Country Blues. Nice to see you. Ben Henry. Hey, man. Black Country Blues. Again, nice to see you. Terry Himes. How are you? Okay, just scrolling down here. Zach Thong is here. Nice to see you. Todd Flowers, how are you? Cool, cool, cool. Okay, just scrolling down. Marsman, hey, man. Alex Radford, how's it going? Daniel Horsley, hey, buddy. Uh-oh. The man, the myth, the legend. Quentin fucking James is here. Hey, buddy. Nice to see you. Okay, I think have I caught everyone saying hello to each other? That's awesome. Phil Mosley Music, David Ennis, nice to see you guys. Jasco Plumbing. No worries, Jasco. Jasco's here, everybody. Say hello to Jasco. Ron Limber's here. Rick Hefner, Jimmy T. Wow. Thank you all so much, folks. You guys always make my week. Oh, man. JP Page 2. And it jumped on me. Bam Ozzy. Dale Palmer is here. Joe Hervey 84. If I haven't said hello. Rick Hefner. Okay, I think I got Gary Holt. Yes, the chat is flying, buddy. It's hard for me to keep up. Yes. So, how's everybody doing today? Let me just have a quick boo here. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Well, we already got 35 of you guys in here. You guys absolutely rock. Guitar Hack, the title, I can't even say it. The Ayatollah of rock and rollers, Slayer Mayor of Shredville. You got the wrong guy, man. I don't know who you're talking about there. Charles Green is here. James Wright. Okay, folks, I hope everybody's doing well. We had another absolutely shitty day here in Toronto. It was like, just when I'm ready to go outside and do a little bit of barbecue, it just started coming down in buckets. So now we got flood warnings and all this other crazy shit going on. It's just, I know you guys in the US and elsewhere are having pretty shitty weather too. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if we're gonna friggin' get like a proper summer here yet, but it's not looking good, man. It is not looking good. On 36 solo, hey man. So there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about. Now I had a topic which I'll get to, but I can't ignore this whole thing that's going on right now. Zim's Guitars, hey man. This whole craziness that's going on right now. Everybody, I mean, I'm sure if you've been on Facebook or YouTube or any social media, you've heard about this whole thing, right? And what I'm talking about is the big news of the day. Well, other than the David Gilmour auction, the whole lawsuit with Gibson and Dean guitars. Hey, Fabulous Disaster, how's it going? Now, I'm not going to talk about that the whole show, but I just want to, I just, for those of you that don't know, if you've not been around social media today, let me explain briefly what's going on. So, hey, Scott Connor. So, all right, so let me backtrack a little bit. A few days ago, maybe last week now, Mark Ignazi, the spokesman for Gibson, their I guess the ambassador, made a video, and you know, the 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 video basically said that Gibson is if you're going to buy Gibson, to buy Gibson, buy the authentic Gibson, and don't go and buy another brand that is sort of a takeoff of Gibson. And then they sort of issued a warning to any other companies that were making uh let's say very similar to Gibson models, that be warned, because we're coming after you, right? So, the message came across. A lot of people, reacted to it in a negative light, and they got a lot of bad comments, and that video got pulled. So that video is no longer out there. But I'm sure if you dig hard enough, you'll find it somewhere. But they officially they took it down. So you figure, okay, so you know they maybe made a mistake, putting that out there, and they're kind of pulling back a little bit. Well, then today, all the headlines everywhere, if you haven't been around social media, you haven't seen it. But what happened today was, it came out that Gibson is suing Dean Guitars, and they're suing them for trademark infringement, and they're also suing them for something to do with, not, I'm not a lawyer by any means, and the legalese is above my head, but in a nutshell, what they're accusing them of is basically saying that they're making guitars that are similar enough to Gibson's guitars, that people that are buying them are being fooled, that not necessarily that they're Gibson guitars, but that somehow Dean is affiliated with Gibson. So it's like, that Dean is sort of trying to make themselves to be like, I guess, for lack of a better better example, like an Epiphone to a like an associated brand, that's type of thing, and they're giving people that false impression, right? Now, they tried to do that before, and sue, I believe it was PRS, for the same thing, where they were charging PRS with fooling people into thinking they were getting Gibson guitars, or that they were somehow some form of a Gibson, and they lost that. But now they're trying to do the same thing with Dean Guitars. So here's my thing. Like, when I heard that threat, like before the lawsuit thing came out, honestly, the last guitar company on my radar that they would have gone after would have been Dean, for a couple of reasons. First of all, Dean's been making V's, let's talk about V's specifically, for the longest time. And the V has been around so long that it's also become its iconic guitar. It's like 30 years old at this point, or going on 40 years or something. And I mentioned this earlier about making guitars famous and having iconic players play them. Well, shit, man, Dean, you got guys like Dimebag and um, Shanker, playing Michael Shanker playing Deans, and so that's a well recognized brand that's out there, right? And so they're going after them now, instead of going after them 30 years ago or 40 years ago. Like, I don't know if they're doing that for publicity. If they're doing it for publicity, man, it's working, because everybody is talking about this, right? Everybody's talking about this, this thing against Dean, and so in that regard, I kind of get why they would go after Dean, because, Dean is fairly high profile. But honestly, when I thought they were, when I saw that video originally, I thought they were going to go after the little guys. I really thought, just my opinion, I thought they had Harley Benton in their crosshairs. So that's where they're going to go after, was Harley Benton. And then they went to Dean. But anyway, so it is what it is. That's what they're doing. And from my understanding, that lawsuit actually came out before the Mark Ignazi video. It was launched before that happened. So I don't know what your feeling is on that. I'll tell you one thing about Gibson. And again, these are all my opinions. They don't mean anything, right? But, you know, with the new regime that came in, their whole thing was because there's a lot of Gibson hate. There always has been and there will always be, just like there's PRS hate and pick a brand. But they were really trying to turn that around, with bringing in a new CEO and the new regime, so to speak, and all. We're going to go back to what we used to do and this and that, and then Mark and Easy, they launched all these videos of him introducing all the new models, and this is going to be like we used to make it, that's going to be like we used to make it, so on and so forth. They thin the herd out, thin the lines and all that, and all that kind of stuff, and lots of PR went into that. We're all touchy feely now and everything else like this. Well, if you've already got people that already hate you, and you've already got, leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, and you do stuff like this, man, I think this really set them back far, right? I think this really set them back far. Like, they might have recovered from the video and pulling it, but now that it's out there that they're starting to sue brands, and especially brands as big as Deane, I think that's they're really cutting themselves off at the ankles. Yeah. So, anyways, let me just pop back into the chat here because a lot of people popped in after I started going on here, and I want to make sure I catch everyone. Okay, Jimmy T Hunt 36 Solo, hello. Zim's Guitars, hello. Okay. Fabulous Disaster, welcome. Scott Connor, how are you? Waleed, how's it going, man? Terry, hey Terry. Yeah, Bobby, yeah, he's looking better every day. That's right. Yeah, Bobby Lopez, welcome. Paul Lou, how's it going? Hey, Soda Pop, man, how's it going, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. People were asking me, where's Soda Pop? I'm like, I don't know, but he's here. Nice to see you, man. Rockin' Dave Byron is here. Hey, buddy. Music Therapy Laz. Hey, Cheddar, how's it going? Okay. All right. I'm just gonna go back up here and I'm gonna start. Oh, hey, Harmony, welcome. I'm gonna start reading some of the comments here. Mark is a social media ambassador of Gibson. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, I know he's got a title like that. Yeah, you're probably right, Dewar. Okay, so let me read some of these comments. Deane has been making those for 40 years. Yes, they've been making those guitars for a long time. Waleed, I was one of the few defending Gibson against the annual bashing which follows each year. New models releases. Now I feel ashamed and embarrassed for defending them. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder, right? And I'll tell you something, the whole new regime and the whole thing about, all their guitars are going to be perfect and everything else. Like, I can honestly tell you, I've played at this point, I don't know how many of the new Gibson releases, and I've played some, don't get me wrong, absolutely phenomenal Les Pauls that I would purchase and take home. Actually, the two that I reviewed, if I don't know if you watch my demos, but I reviewed a 50s, the new 50s Les Paul Standard and a 60s Les Paul Standard, and both of those guitars were absolutely perfect. But then after that, I picked up other ones and I've seen flaws, and I actually posted them and stuff on my Facebook page. So they're still not all perfect. It's still a situation where you have to go through and you have to find the right one. So that hasn't changed. And you know what? I don't think that's something specific to Gibson. I think that's any guitar company. I mean, they're not all going to be gems. They just can't. I mean, come on. You're not going to produce 100% perfect. And then the other part of that is what's perfect to me may not be perfect to you. That's the other part of that equation, right? Okay, let me go down here. Music Therapy Labs, we're just talking about the lawsuit with Deane. If you're coming in late, and welcome. Rock and Dave Byron, hey man, hey guys, and this is similar to Gibson going after Ibanez in the 70s. Yeah, exactly. Gary Holt, if I haven't said hello. Okay, just looking for more comments here. Paul Lou, I understand protecting your brand, but making a YouTube threat, I don't know what they were thinking. Love their guitars, but damn. Yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, it's not going to diminish, how you feel about the guitars. I mean, a good guitar is a good guitar, like, just ignore the bullshit that comes along with it, you know? Bam Ozzy, Harley Benton are ripping off a lot more than just Gibson. Great guitars for the money, but they're ripping off numerous brands. Yes, I agree, Bam Ozzy. They're basically making, you know, less expensive versions of PRSs, Gibsons, Fenders. Yeah, I agree with that totally. What guitar is behind me? It's a Telecaster. Bet Mark is trying to get back at Norm's, back on at Norm's. Yeah, Quentin probably, man. Yeah, they really put him out to dry. But now he doesn't look as bad. Now you know that they're suing him. Okay, Terry, as I said in the video, they needed to go after Dean Zelinsky, as he's the one who created the Dean stuff, not the Dean company, or if not, they should go after both. Yeah, well, it all depends. If he sold all of the rights and designs to the company, then they have to go after the current maker, right? Guitar Hack Henry's looking. Yeah, that's yeah. Okay, I read that already. Hey, Thrash is here. Okay. Sorry, folks, it jumped on me again. Okay, if please, for me to see your comments, easiest way is please tag me because it's hard to follow. The chat is going nuts. Todd Graff, how are you, man? Okay, Paul's Guitar Music, welcome. BC Rich 581. Okay, Gibson lost its lawsuit against the PRS. Yes, years ago. Yes, they did, and they didn't succeed. So there's little chance. Yeah, I know. They're doing it again. Yeah, Scott Connor, I agree. It's killing the goodwill. Yeah, it's like they're stepping into the shit that they were trying to step out of, right? Hey Jay Steen, how are you? Wouldn't it be funny if Gibson was in talks to buy Dean and they just wanted publicity and people to buy them before? Yeah, you know what? That's a good point, man. Yeah, that would be evil, man. EJ's Guitars, don't eat sushi from a convenience store. Okay, so A, thanks for the tip. B, are you okay, buddy? It's like that doesn't sound promising. I think EJ's hurting. Waleed, I watched them. Oh, thanks, Waleed. Thanks for supporting the channel, buddy. Todd Flowers not going to happen overnight. Yeah. Thank you so much, Harmony. Yeah, please hit the the thumbs up button, folks. Appreciate that. EJ, words to live by. Yeah, Cheddar has experience. I'm probably way behind, folks. Guitar Hack, Gary Holt, what's the cheapest low cost guitar you play that surprised the hell out of you? I can tell you the most recent one. And it's not a low price guitar. I mean, it's still $800. So that's not low price. But the Fender Player Series really surprised the hell out of me. They're really good, man. From what I understand, the Player Series, they're assembled in the U.S., but the parts are Mexican. But man, I played a butterscotch that was just phenomenal. Great guitar. EJ's Guitars. Oh man, as soon as I was gonna read your chat, it jumped. Oh, I told Stay Metal Ray that I wasn't selling my 2019 Firebird. Oh, that's odd. What were you thinking of selling your Firebird? Come on, man. Don't be doing that. I saw your video today. The Firebird smoked, buddy. Come on. Waleed, I feel that you should be buying Dean V's now so that you can call it the lawsuit era. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you got a point there, man. BC Rich Dean Zelensky did sell the body designs along the Dean name. There you go. So that's who you're going to go after, right? He took his money and ran. Bobby Lopez, I would not trade my 2017 Les Paul Standard Cherry Burst for a brand new 50s or 60s model. Yeah, I mean, why would you? You know, if you like what you got, keep it. You know, yeah, why would you? Okay, I'm just going down here. Hey, R2R3, how are you, man? Yeah, the Pelham Blue tone paint. Yeah. It's good for blues, eh? That guitar specifically designed for blues, R2R3. No, I didn't sell the Telly. I'll tell you why in a minute. Actually, it's really surprising why. PRS sued Gibson for that lawsuit. Why don't, yeah, Rock and Dave Byron, why doesn't Gibson sue Harley Benton? You got a point there. Hey, Lando27, how are you? Oh man, I don't know what that. Okay, Fenders play great. Yeah, if you meant the player series, yeah, they do play great. That was about Gibson's quality. I'm not going to be perfect. Oh yeah, yeah, they're not going to be perfect overnight. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, just scrolling down. Okay, I'm at the bottom of the chat. Awesome. Yeah, so folks, if you've got comments for me to see, just please tag me at Guitar Hack. So yeah, so that's about it. So I guess we'll all kind of wait and see what's going to happen with that, what the outcome of that is going to be. Hey, Chicken Guitars, welcome. But you know what? In the long run, you know, we'll see how they pull out, man. They got a lot of PR work to do. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, the quality of the instruments, it's still what it was. But again, I'm not. I think that it's like that with any. I've picked up Fenders that were garbage, man. Like, and then I've picked up the same model Fender that was incredible. It's like it's almost like what the hell? This must have been made on a Monday, and this one must have been made on a Friday. Like it is what it is, right? Like you're never gonna make all guitars. You're not gonna knock it out of the park for every guitar. Paul Lou, buying guitar this summer in a $1,300 range. Suggestions, looking for something different. Paul Lou, I don't know what you have, so what's different? Are you looking for single coil or humbucker type guitar? That would be a starting point. Let us know, Paul Lou, and I'm sure everybody in here will have lots of suggestions for you. Dry Heat, hey buddy, how are you, man? What's Gibson's issue with Dean V's? Certainly not the headstock. That's the body shape. It's mainly the body shape, Dry Heat. Okay, BB Maid, how are you? Okay, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Okay, cool. So that's that. I don't want to. I don't. You're gonna probably hear about this for the next. I don't know. This is the hot topic. It'll probably be all over the internet for the next few days. So I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time on it. But I felt I needed to say something and maybe tell you folks about it if you're not around social media. But I'm sure you're going to see a bunch of videos and a bunch of people talking about it. And I don't want to beat a dead horse. So I'm just going to move on from that. So the original topic that I brought up today, and the title of the video today is I'm calling this the gear debate. No, I don't know that guitar. The Dean Baby Z. I'm not real familiar with Dean guitars. Rock and Dave. Guitar Hack. It's gonna have to be something other than the body shape. Body shapes can't be patented. Well, they showed the body shape, and then they showed the headstock similarity, where the V has a knot, the V has a notch, and they have the book. So, I don't know. I don't know what they might be shooting at. Shooting in the dark here. I don't know. Gibson is suing Hetfield for playing Explorer ESPs. Yeah. So so I titled this video the gear debate. So what's the debate? The debate that I was going to bring up and what I originally wanted to talk about was the whole idea of gear, basically, right? Um, Now, and keep in mind that whatever I'm saying, I am equally guilty of. Okay. And that is obviously the pursuit of gear. Everyone in here, most of you, we're watching these videos, we're looking, we're talking gear on live chats, we're looking at gear videos, gear demos, and all this kind of stuff. Gear, 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 and more gear, right? And you know, what I don't see enough of is people playing. I want to see people playing. I want to see more information, music information, more playing stuff instead of gear stuff. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I get caught in the same thing. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to put pickups on this guitar, or I'm going to buy this, sell that guitar to buy this guitar. I'm going to go. I mean, I got a pedal that I ordered right now. I'm waiting to come in. I mean, I'm equally as guilty, but I don't know. When do you reach the point where you stop with the gear and you start focusing more on the playing and becoming a better player, right? You know, we spend so much time looking for a tone where, maybe we neglect a little bit that, maybe it's got something to do with these, you know. And where do you draw that line where, you know what? I got enough stuff that I sound okay. I don't need that, you know, 11th pedal, that 15th guitar, and where does that line? And I'm just going to put it out there in the chat. Like, when does it stop? And how much time do you spend actually playing and practicing? And how much time do you actually spend on gear? Looking for gear, investigating gear, looking for the next thing, you know. So I'm just gonna put that out there, okay? And let's see what kind of responses we get here. And in the meantime, let me say hello to a few more people that popped in. Hey, Jimmy T, how are you? John's Tropical Reflections, welcome. Hey, Q Caldwell, hey buddy, nice to see you. Michael B, if I haven't said hello, hey man. Wizard One Music is in here. Nice to see you. Krellbar, hey buddy. Play, but don't cheat like R2. R2R3 cheats, does he? Paul's Guitar Music too is trying to thin the herd right now. Okay. Waleed, I'm a big gear nerd, but lately I'm putting my own music video clips online. That's awesome. Good for you, man. Joe Hervey, so many options. Go look for a tube screamer. Yeah, a tune screamer. Oh, okay. I'm sick of Marshall in a box pedals. Tons of them. Yeah. Everything is Marshall in a box. Everything is a tube screamer and a Marshall in a box. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I have to laugh. Sorry. You know what it is? It's like, even me, you say Marshall in the box, I'm like, oh, I gotta hear that. It's like, I have a Marshall Governor pedal. I've got another Marshall. I got two of those Marshall in a box pedals, right here on my board. So yeah, I just think that's hilarious. That's funny. Okay, I'm just going down here. Gear is just icing on the tack, just icing on the cake. Just play the friggin' thing. Yes, exactly, Todd. Exactly. Play. I just bought my first wah pedal ever. I'll never have a problem when I have 4 or 5 more than a year. Okay, so you're on a wah kick, Dale Palmer. Rockin' Dave Byron's got a video. Put up or shut up. No disrespect, but more playing than saying. Yes. Janice Lawless playing right now. Awesome. Michael B for giggling. Okay, I think you mean gigging. I'm solid with equipment. No new gear needed. For writing, it's endless. Yeah, okay. You know what? If you throw that in, Michael B, you've got a point. Yes. You're going to need different guitars for different sounds. But, once you have those sounds, like you need a single coil sound, like I need a telly sound. Well, does that mean one telly or 5 tellys? I need a Les Paul sound. Is that one Les Paul or is it 5? I need a Strat sound. Like, as long as you know when to draw that line. Okay, we're talking about Scott DeFouque. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you, buddy? Fabulous Disaster. I have 3 guitars, one for each tuning I use because I'm too lazy to retune. Okay, I can see that. That's good. That's awesome. Jave Severin, how are you, man? Chat keeps jumping on me, man. Okay. All right, I'm back. JP Page 2. Hey, buddy. I love to window shop. I almost never buy anything. I have plenty of gear and I play it. That's great. That's awesome. Frank Corcoran, welcome. Bobby Lopez, I play every day, but looking at new gear is interesting to me. Okay. I honestly spend more time watching you and other YouTubers when I should be playing, even though I play while watching you all. Yeah. Yeah, me too, Rick Hafner. I watch a lot of YouTube and I try to do it with a guitar in my lap and kind of play along, run scales and everything else. like the monotonous stuff that, like running scales and working, on that sort of thing and just muscle memory stuff. Then I'll do it watching you. I don't watch TV anymore, but watching YouTube is a good way to do that. But when you really want to focus, you really need to, shut everything off to do that. Wizard Wand Music. As long as your hands don't hurt, okay. ChickNGuitars. I get 3 hours after my daughter goes to bed to drown in everything guitar, refinishing, building, playing, writing, making tone straps. It's hard to prioritize, but playing always wins. That's awesome. Yeah, and it comes out, right? You'll see it, you get these little incremental, little bumps in your abilities, and then you'll notice, like, if you go, one thing that's really good is to record yourself playing, and then look at it like 3 months later or 6 months later, and see what the improvements are. That's always a good thing to do as well. Waleed, I search for gear every morning with my coffees. I exercise guitar every night. I record when I feel inspired. That sounds pretty good, Waleed. That sounds pretty good. Okay, Paul's Guitar Music checks Craigslist. Kijiji every day, practice 2 to 3 hours. That's awesome, man. 2 to 3 hours every day is fantastic. Gary Holt, the only pedal I have is on my bicycle. That's awesome. EJ, my Marshall in a box looks like an amp head, code 100H. Yeah. I got a Marshall that's in a box. I'm looking at two of them. They're actual boxes that say Marshall on them. Oh, shit. Quinn James, Hack, you see my stuff? My guitar goes straight into a PV combo and I just play. And you know what, Quinn? You got great tone. And I know you're not micing squat. You're just using the camera on your laptop or whatever. But man, when you play, your tone sounds damn good. I don't know what your secret is. I guess it must be these. Okay. Jumped on me again. Shiza. Rick Hefner, I find less is more when it's all you have. Yeah, exactly, Rick. I agree. Gary Holt, most of the time, I prefer the conversation over the playing. That's fair. Todd Flowers, I played for 40 years without pedals, guitar hack, and then about 3 years ago, I went down the rabbit hole. I practice many hours a day. I have to stay decent with my health issue. Well, that's great. It's great you have the discipline to keep playing every day, man. Marco's Images, hey, buddy. Happy Thursday. All the best to everyone. Guitar hack. I'm a beginner. Have money for tone. Need right from the start ideas. So many teachers out there teaching different things. What do you have currently, Marco's Images, and what style of music do you want to play? I think those would be my two opening questions. And if you want to answer, please tag me so I can see your answers. Okay, Crowbar. Every time I need to get rid of one, I play it and realize why I bought it in the first place. I have $100 SX telly with an ash body and bird's eye neck that does have the telly thing. Well, it doesn't matter what it costs, man, as long as it does what it's supposed to do. Okay, Todd Flowers. I recently got my Marshall in a box, and it's the Jacques Bête Noir. I haven't used anything but it and a delay since. Okay, I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of that pedal. There's a million pedals out there, man. I'm playing my Les Paul copy now. Is that wrong? No, it's not wrong. It's very right. Good for you, Ham 36. Todd, Guitar Hack. Where did you get that's not a conductor hat, man. I think this is there's a name for this hat, and I can't think of what it's called right now. And where I bought it, where all the cool cats shop. Walmart, of course. Oh god. John's Tropical Reflections Guitar Hack 25-year hiatus just came back. I spend more time researching equipment before purchasing, which equates to more time playing my gear overall. Less is more. 2 guitars, 1 amp, no pedals. That's awesome, man. Hey, Preston Smith is here. Welcome. Philly G Guitar Man, how's it going? Okay. And I think Todd Flowers, pick on my Instagram of the bet. Oh, okay. Thanks for sending me the picture, buddy. Zach Thong, I play and practice guitar every gear if see something in the store that I want. Yeah. 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 Hey Aaron Songs, welcome. I'm a fan of Shane and blues. Maybe okay, maybe blues scales chords. Okay, so thanks for the compliment. You haven't heard me play. Okay, Shane and the blues. Blues scales. Marco's images. I'm just putting this out there. If you want to send me an email and maybe we can do something. And I used to teach guitar lessons and stuff, and maybe I can help you at least get started. So if you want to hit me up, my email address is below. Okay, cool, cool. So real musicians shop at Walmart for a date. Sure. Sure. So yeah, the whole thing with gear and all that, like it can get very, very addictive. And the pedal thing, and I mean I get stuff suggested to me all the time, and as I'm sure you all, oh, you should try this, or you should get that, this and that and the other thing. But I mean, I'm trying to get to a point now where I'm just trying to use everything I have, and just making the most of everything I have. Like for example, I have a gig this weekend, right? So I have a gig this weekend, and I'm gonna take this guitar, and I haven't gigged with this guitar. Well, I don't think I've. No, I know this year I haven't gigged with it yet, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take it out. So I was just running through our song before the show started. I was just running through the songs that I'm going to be playing um, on Saturday. And this gig is actually, let me talk a little bit about the gig, because this is going to be a little bit, excuse me, a little bit crazy, because we have not rehearsed in about 3 weeks. Our bass player is coming back from Europe, I think, like the day before the show. So we're going to go up there cold, not rehearsing for 3 weeks. So I'm going through we have the song lists, so I have them all, and I'm going through them and playing them, and I'm like, man, do I remember that? How does that go? And how does that solo go? So, and because I'm going to be playing this guitar, and I don't know, maybe let me know if some of you do this. I always play the guitar that I'm going to use at the gig before the gig, so that we get reacquainted, so to speak. So that's why I'm playing this. By the way, whoops. This, by the way, is a used Les Paul 2005 Classic, and you can tell right away it's got the snot green inlays. Waleed, tone is in the gear, in the fingers. I sold a Strat to a guy who came home to test it. His question, why does it sound different when you're playing it? Yeah. You know what makes no sense to me? Is, a lot of times I'll get people that will ask me to go guitar shopping with them, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go, because it's an opportunity to hang out in a music store, and who doesn't want to hang out in a music store, right? But what I don't understand is, you know like, oh, this is a guitar that I want, and I'm like, okay, that's terrific. I figure they're gonna play it, but no, they hand it, he hands it to me, you play it. I'm like, I'm not buying it. You're buying it. You play it. What do you want? Oh, I want to hear it. Okay. So I'll play a little bit, but it ain't going to sound the same as when you're playing it. So there's like that to me makes absolutely no sense. It's like, I'm going to go out and buy a car, but I want you to drive the car, but you're buying the car. You know what I mean? But it's not just, it's a couple of people now that have done that, and I'm like, why would you want me to play the guitar that you're going to buy? Because it might feel good to me and bad to you, or bad to me and good to you, and you're not going to sound the way I sound playing that guitar. So I don't know, it's something that's always kind of been beyond me a little bit. But yeah, totally, I mean, you're never going to sound like another person playing the same setup. That's That just not going to happen. Okay. Hey, Jack Daniels, 10101. How are you? The rule of gas is you need N plus guitars, where N is the number of guitars you currently. Yes. That's the joke. Philly J Guitar Man, I have tons of equipment, but hard to get rid of anything. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Oh, I was going to mention about the Telecaster, right? So, I mean, I talked a while back. I shot a video and I went through all my Les Pauls or all my Gibsons, right? And playing them all, and they're all different. And when I say different, I mean one Les Paul to the next is different. Like, everything's different, right? I don't care. Obviously, when you go between models, that's going to be different, but it's also different from instrument to instrument. So, and I thought, okay, sorry guys. I thought, okay, I've got enough options here. I think I'm good, whatever. And then I thought, well, let me get rid of the guitars that I don't play. So I was thinking about getting rid of the Telecaster. But of all people, it was actually my wife that talked me out of it. And what she said was, you're going to get rid of that guitar, and as soon as you get rid of it, you're going to miss it. And then you're just going to replace it. Excuse me, folks. And why would you get rid of that guitar if you're going to turn around and replace it? And the thing is, it's true. I only have the one Telecaster. And when I picked it up the other day, because I did another video where I compared the Telecaster, the Firebird, and was the SG. Those 2 seconds that I played the Telecaster, I'm like, holy shit, this is an awesome guitar. So yeah, she actually talked me out of selling it, right? And which means that I'm going to hold on to that. And instead of looking at another Les Paul, I'm probably just going to do a pickup swap on a Les Paul I already have. So, yeah, surprising. Okay, let me go down to the chat. So, yeah, if anyone's got any questions or comments, please tag me in the chat. And then a whole whack of them just popped up. Man, this thing is really jumping on me today. Okay. I like that, Preston. My rig is pretty cheap, beat to hell, but it's loud but proud, very distinctly Preston. That's awesome, buddy. That's awesome. Aaron Songs, love the color of that classic. So this is they call this a honey burst, but it's a plain top, right? There's really no flame to it, right? I kind of like the color of it too. It's just it looks like a real old cherry. So hey, James Wright, if I haven't said hello. BB Made, welcome. We just had our first gig since last July and had a couple of rehearsals beforehand. I feel your pain. You'll be fine. Yeah, it's really stressful, man. It's really stressful. Well, hopefully your gig went well, buddy. But yeah, when you don't rehearse for a long time and then you go up there and then like you're totally going off of muscle memory at that point, right? Like I'm looking at the set list and I'm going, I don't even remember how that song goes, man. I was going digging up YouTube clips of like how's that Beatles song go again? We do Boys and stuff, and I do the George Harrison thing, and it's like I can't get a feel for the timing on that because I couldn't remember how the song went. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting night. Hey, there's Jamal Kareem. How are you, man? Jack Daniels 10101. If I haven't said hello, did you see the David Gilmour's Black Strat? Yeah, 3.3 million. Yeah, Dave R went live earlier and he was giving us an update on the sale prices of the Gilmour guitars. Yeah, they're crazy. Hey, Ron Limber's here. Janice, if I haven't said hello, how are you? Waleed, maybe it's not the pursuit of gear in itself that we're searching, but the gear fitting our hands. Maybe that's why it seems endless. Yeah. Yeah, well, the guitars and the hands, that's the real personal thing. But I think after that, it really comes down to tone and finding the right tone, you know. And here's another thing, too, that I started doing. When I practice now, I'm starting to play just clean. Even if it's like a gainy song with overdrive, I'll learn it clean and I'll play it clean, you know. Because that's another trap that you fall into, right? You know, throw some dirt on it, throw some delay on it, throw some, I don't know, chorus on it, some phase and all that, you know. You got layers and layers and layers of shit, you know. Um, and then like that, what does that do to your technique, man? Like your accuracy, your technique, you know, are you responsible for it for that, or is it all the layers of baloney? It's like, you know, here's a bad analogy, but it's like a woman putting way too much makeup on. You know what I mean? Where like she doesn't need that much makeup, right? So that's a really bad sexist analogy. I apologize. But I think you get my drift, right? You know, so I'm trying to play now, at least when, you know, like when I'm trying to achieve that tone that's on the record, then I'll use whatever's required. But in terms of like just practicing the songs, like I was just saying, I was just going through our set list. Like I'm playing them with like bare bones nothing, right? You know, just to make sure that the chords are being hit right, the notes are hit right, the bends, the inflections, and all that shit. You know, that's something else too, because that really, when you take all the bells and whistles away, you can really hear, you can really zoom in on what you're doing, what needs work, and what you're doing well. Scott Connor, they're probably looking for an opinion from someone they trust. Okay, that might have been a comment from earlier, so I don't know what you're referring to there, Scott. I apologize, buddy. Will Varela is here. Oh, Will, you missed it, man. I played some real deep cut Kiss stuff at the beginning of the show. Do you want me to play it again? Oh yeah, Will's making waffles, everybody. EJ, I'm going to Lubbock, Texas, Guitar Center, July 4th. I'm walking in and immediately start sweep picking. Yeah, how's that going for you, man? That was it 30 days to sweep pick or whatever you're on? How's that going for you, man? Bobby Lopez, a lot of people are shy. Oh god, it jumped on me. Sorry, Bobby. Let me just get you back here. Are shy or intimidated to play in music stores? Maybe he just wants to hear what it could. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, well, yeah, I you got a point there. But after I did mention you should play it, he did play it. You know, even when I played in music store, man, really low volume. Unless it's got like a separate room. Some of them will have a room that you can take an amp and a guitar into. But yeah, I mean, you know, because I go in a music store and like 9 times out of 10, whoever sits near me is going to blow me away. And it's like, yeah. And the other thing too, I don't want to get involved with, and I've had this happen in music stores. You're trying a guitar and you got it on nice and quiet, and then the guy beside you cranks it. It's like, then it turns into volume wars, you know. Like, I mean, I can't hear me, you can't hear you, like, you know. But anyways. Um Ron Limber, what's the deal with Gibson? We talked about that. We talked about that, Ron Limber. If you want to hear the discussion, buddy, wait till this is over and watch the show right from the beginning. Yeah, we went through all that already. BB Mate, I sold the guitar on my YouTube icon when it was for sale at a show. I regretted that it came back up for sale. That happens, man. That's why, you know, you really got to think about what you want to get rid of, because man, I got a guitar that I sold to this day. I still regret the hell out of it. That was my Ibanez Roadstar. I should have kept that damn thing. Hey, Blackie's here. Need at least one telling the lineup. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Hey, Layla's Guitar Daddy, welcome. I've sold and bought guitars back. Yeah, that becomes expensive, Michael B. That does become expensive when you start doing that. Oh, BB made the gig went well. Awesome. I had to put a fan on my iPad, so I had my lyrics. Yeah, yeah, the iPad. Yeah. Oh, so you sing too, BB? I'm assuming if you had lyrics, that's awesome, man. Okay, just scrolling down here. Will lead. Yeah, I always play unplugged. Yeah, I think that'll really show kind of what your weaknesses are, right? You know, the other thing when you practice, and this is just a like, you know, and I say this to like, it's part of my job too. So I say this to a lot of people. It's like everybody wants to practice what they know. Nobody wants to practice what they don't know. You know what I mean? Because you want to establish that comfort level, and that goes for everything, right? That's just true of that's human nature, right? Like, you know, like for example, you know, like if you're going to write a test or an exam or something, and you're going to, you want to go over the stuff that you already know because it makes you feel good. Right. And meanwhile, there's all this other material that, you got to trudge your way through that you're avoiding. Right. It's just human nature. Right. You want to have a good feeling about, about what you know, but yeah, it's mind over matter. You got to attack what you suck at. Right. And I mean, I know what you know, I do the same thing. I mean, I'll sit there and rip and I'm like, oh yeah, I can play half decent. And then I'll start doing something that I know I can't do. And then reality comes in really, really quick. Okay. Dale Palmer, I think it's good to start playing clean when practicing, then lay on the effects. Yes, I agree totally. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you slap on the effect, but I'll tell you, man, if you practice playing clean and you get your shit down, then you throw those effects on, it's like, whoa. It's such a rush, man. Now it's like you're hitting it on the head, like you're nailing those bends, man. You're nailing that vibrato, the attack, like everything. It raises the bar hugely. Pete Hickson, I found generally no matter what gear I use, I still sound like me, even when I'm trying to sound like someone else. Yeah, yeah. I think that's true of everyone, Pete. Hey, Dan in New Jersey, welcome. And it jumped on me again. Sorry, folks. Gary Thol, you didn't get your invite, buddy? Who forgot to invite Gary Tholander to the chat? How are you, man? Thanks for coming aboard. Okay, okay. I'm getting caught back up here. Preston, when I jam, though it's just a couple of E standard guitars, my simple board, my amp head, and cab with the 12-inch Black Widow. I always bring a mic and stand too. That's pretty much it. Cool, cool. Okay. Stafford's Music Studio. If I haven't said hello, hello. If I've missed you in the chat, folks, please tag me because I want to make sure I say hello to everyone. Oh, you sing? Three-piece band, BB Made. I'm sure you do fine, buddy. Hey man, listen, if they got me singing lead, anything's possible. Let's just leave it at that. Oh Lord. EJ's guitar, I started extremely slow on the sweep picking. Now I'm using a 420 metronome. Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. Get your technique, get it all nice. Not that I sweep pick. I can't sweep pick to save my life, but start nice and slow, build up. Yeah, you should always start with a slow metronome and then build your speed up. Okay, let me just have a look here quickly, folks. Holy shit, we got 78 people in here. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you so much for popping in, man. So since I have 78 of you in here, let me make some do my usual chat. So folks, we got an absolutely fantastic community in here, as most of you already know. If you're new to the community, welcome. Let's all support each other. If you have content, please let everybody know. Let's all sub each other. Brian Cote, if I haven't said hello, buddy. Let's all support each other. Let's keep this thing growing. Let's keep it positive, and let's take over the freaking world, man. Let's make this a guitar community invasion. Let's do that, right? So that's fantastic. Another couple of things I want to mention. My Guitar Hack merch store, I relaunched it. I've got some new designs there. The link is below if you want to check out t-shirts, mugs. I got different t-shirts and styles and so on. Some of you have already been in there and purchased some new Guitar Hack shirts. You guys rock. Appreciate that very much. Also, I've got a PayPal if you want to help support the channel. And if you do that, please send me an email so that I can I can get your address. And if I get a few more people in there, I'll do another run of picks and I'll send you some guitar picks. And for those of you that have done that, you guys absolutely rock. And I want to thank you so much for supporting the channel. And I should mention this. I'm going to be changing some stuff back here. I am going to get rid of everything you see behind me here is going to be gone. Maybe not by the next show, but very soon. So, and that's thanks to some of you in supporting the channel. I bought a few things that I'm going to use. So any money that comes in is going to go right to the channel. So, I'm going to buy something new that's going to replace this, and you're going to see a lot more of these things hanging around instead of hiding in corners and closets and so on. So yeah, so I want to thank you folks for that. You guys made that possible, so you guys absolutely rock. Yeah, and please thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please sub to my channel. That would be absolutely fantastic. I'm trying to get to 1,000 so that I can do some live streaming using the old Google Hangouts and not having to use Streamlabs. And yeah, I should say this. I have a gig, folks, on Saturday. If you're in the Greater Toronto area, I will be playing at Big Daddy's in Newmarket. If you want to come and check that out. And which means if I do a gig, then most likely on Saturday, if there's an opening, and I don't want to go on when someone else is on. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. But if nobody's on, I'm going to go on and I'm going to do an after gig hangout. And I think it actually might be sunny outside. So I'll probably be out there with a big cigar talking about the gig before, half in the bag, which is usually the case. So yeah, so I don't want to announce anything because I don't know if it's going to happen for sure, but you might see a hack attack coming at you on Sunday after the gig. So, all right, we got a few more people. Aaron Songs took down all your content. Why, man? Folks, sub to Aaron Songs. I said sub to everybody, sub to Aaron Songs. He's a monster player, and he was doing some live streams, and I don't know why the hell you took down your content, man. You're a damn good player, buddy. Put that shit up. We want to see more playing, more playing. Here I am talking about more playing, and I'm yakking. Kiss? No, Will. No. Somebody tell Will that those two bands are different bands. Harmony, rock on. Oh, you rock on, Harmony. Guitar Hack positivity. Yes, stay positive, folks. Let's keep this a happy place, a positive, happy place. We all have enough shit in our lives. Let's keep that outside, man. This is all for fun. This is all for the love of music. This is all to support each other and share information and share knowledge. That's what all this is about. Janice Lala has content, folks. Sub Janice Lala. There you go. That's how we grow the channel. That's how we grow the channel. Gary Tholander, I'm still waiting for my shirt. I ordered it. Oh, Gary Tholander, listen, man, when I ordered my shirts and mugs, it took me a month to get my stuff. So, 2 weeks is not unheard of, buddy. It's not unheard of. But if it goes a month, then maybe you want to contact Teespring. But everyone so far has gotten their stuff. Actually, Dave R got his new Guitar Hack mug. I have a Blackie t-shirt and a Blackie mug and stuff now too, so that's kind of cool. Okay, it jumped on me. Oh, no worries, Rock and Roll Guitar Lounge. I always say this, it's harder to be positive than it is to be negative. Negative is easy, right? So just work a little harder. Let's stay positive, man. There's enough shit in the world, Okay. Phil Mosley Music, there's another channel. Phil Mosley, folks, he does backing tracks. He does some really good stuff. I was fortunate enough to play on one of Phil's backing tracks, I don't know, about a week or two ago. I'll probably do another one, Phil, because your stuff's really good, man. Phil's got backing tracks, folks, if you just want to play along with something. And you know what? If you do it, man, record it, post it as a video, man. Go for it. It's got some good stuff. Okay. No, you rock, Dale Palmer. No, you rock, Dry Heat. Oh, yeah, and Quentin James is giving away Quentin James guitar picks. So if you want a Quentin F and James guitar pick, hit up Quentin James. I got to warn you, though, you're going to have to give him your address. Okay? I'm not responsible. You're trusting Quentin with your home address. I'm going to leave it right there. You can trust me with your home address. But I don't know about Quentin. I'm just teasing you, buddy. I love you. How far is that from Florida? I don't know where Teespring is actually located. I know that they make the stuff in the US. It's made in the US, but I don't know where physically located. I know they're a lot quicker with the mugs than the shirts, though. That's for sure. That I know for a fact, Gary. Okay, it's catching up on the last few things. No worries, Phil Mosley. Okay, EJ's address 1600. That's the White House, right? Is that the White House? I'm Canadian, but that sounds like the White House. Aaron Songs, Guitar Hack. Some dude re-upped that Mark Ignazi video, so I got to see it. I don't like Mark's attitude, but I didn't think the video was as bad as people said. You know what? Mark Ignazi, I mean, I don't know how much you can beat him up for it, because honestly, he's just towing the company line. Somebody probably gave him a script, said, read this or you're out. So, you know what I mean? I wouldn't beat up the messenger. I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, sub ChickNGuitars, folks. She needs 1,000 subs so she can stream on her phone as well. Yeah. My gig. Oh, sorry, Gary Tholander. My gig is in Newmarket, buddy. I'm sorry. My gig is in Newmarket. Big Daddy's in Newmarket. It's right on Davis Drive, man. It's like downtown Newmarket. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, that's right. You're in Barrie, right? Or in the Barrie area? So you're not that. I know it's up to you if you want to check it out. I think we go on at 9 or 9:30. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be cool to meet you if you want to come out, buddy. That'd be awesome. BB Made. There's another channel, folks. Check out BB Made. Okay, what time we got? Okay, we're at 9 o'clock. Yes, I am Canadian. And I'm a proud Canadian, born and bred. Hey, insert your stereotype here, folks. Yeah, Waleed. Yeah, check out Waleed's channel. Yeah, let's all support each other, folks. All right, so it's 9 o'clock. I want to thank you all for checking out the show today. No, bro, I'm in Florida. Yeah, you're killing me, Gary. You're killing me. That's what I thought. You're making me all confused here. Okay. Preston is in Canada as well. Awesome. All right. Thanks, everybody. You guys rock. We'll catch you maybe Saturday. Saturday, I might do an after gig thing. Okay. Please, some thumbs up, folks. If you're not a sub, please sub. You want to support the channel, links are below. You guys rock. Cheers. If I don't see you, have a fantastic weekend. Later.